dedicated to the great 19th century bandmaster Patrick Gilmore, and is called Gilmore's Triumphal March. So, Professor.
I think my interest was sparked, of course, by just living in Powell and with Cody next door in the museum. Buffalo Bill is, you know, around here all the time. You can't ever miss Buffalo Bill. But I think that you know, knowing that my grandmother had always talked about Annie Oakley and Buffalo Bill always made it a little bit special for me. So yeah, I guess it did spark something, sure. It made it more personal, I guess.
You can almost see the action in the arena. Buffalo Bill took his troupe on the road often, and he had as many as 600 performers and technicians and laborers in the show who traveled with it, and a like number of animals, horses, elk, buffalo, and they traveled on huge trains. They had as many as 50 cars dedicated to the Wild West show. They had to feed those performers and carried long ranges to give them hot meals, 3 hot meals a day, and they carried stables and feed for their horses and other animals. They had a grandstand seating for 12,000 that they could set up and knock down in a day. It was an extraordinary effort. So when it came to town and did its parade in the morning and its afternoon presentation, matinee presentation, and then a show at night with electric lights to wow those local crowds, it was a big deal. Well, on July 3rd, 1896, Cody was in Marion, Indiana, with a regular Wild West show schedule, parade, matinee, nighttime performance. And that show, that evening performance, changed the lives of many people, including all of you here today, because after that fateful day, a 14-year-old Hoosier girl, Minnie Shadle, grew up telling stories of the greatest event and the greatest people she'd ever seen to anyone who would listen, including, over and over again, her great-grandson, our Cowboy band director, our Masterson. In fact, Buffalo Bill's Wild West touched the lives of people everywhere it traveled. And like Minnie Shadle, American poet Carl Sandburg saw Buffalo Bill's Wild West when he was a kid, and it inspired him later to recall the romance of the West in almost painful longing with his poem Buffalo Bill. Boy heart of Johnny Jones, aching today, aching Buffalo Bill in town. Buffalo Bill and ponies, cowboys, Indians. Some of us know all about it, Johnny Jones. Buffalo Bill is a slanting look of the eyes, a slanting look under a hat on a horse. He sits on a horse and a passing look is fixed on Johnny Jones. You and me, bare-legged, a slanting, passing, careless look under a hat on a horse. Go clickety-clack, oh pony hoofs along the street. Come on and slant your eyes again, oh Buffalo Bill. Give us again the ache of our boy hearts. Fill us again with the red love of prairies, dark nights, lonely wagons, and the crack of rifles sputtering flashes into an ambush. Well, given the way that American and European audiences embraced this mythic Wild West, and given the way that Cody, through his show, invited them to participate vicariously in America's Western adventure, it was only natural that band composers would write music celebrating the great man himself. Now, legendary turn-of-the-century cornetist William Paris Chambers composed 2 marches for the show in 1903, one dedicated to Buffalo Bill and his Rough Riders, Buffalo Bill's Equestrian March, and another for Cody's longtime band director, William Sweeney. You'll hear that one a little bit later. Sweeney, by the way, became known in his own compositions in music circles for connecting the beat of the music to the gait of the horses to make it appear almost as if they were dancing. Well, listen in this first march from Chambers. Listen for the polyphonic tendencies of its sister musics of ragtime and jazz, which were also gaining popularity at about the same time. And listen too for the galloping rhythms in Buffalo Bill's Equestrian March by William Paris Chambers. The band right after that is going to play T.H. Rawlinson's multi-melodic Color Guard March from 1887. Take it away.